turnaround time or whatever the big elephant in the room is. What's your thought about addressing it up front before your prospect even mentions it? I've had some good luck with this in the past. I don't always do it, but if I say, hey, everybody always asks me about this 2-hour turnaround time. And this is why we don't commit to that, because we're mobile, we travel, etc. Everything you just said.
Yeah.
And just kind of address it up front to make it a non-issue.
Yeah. Does anyone, I've got an opinion on that, but does anyone want to share your personal opinion on that before I give you mine?
I'm happy to.
Go for it.
I actually agree with David to some extent. I've had some success with that too, but when it goes wrong, it's often the case that I have brought up something negative that I didn't have to bring up, and we end up spending time talking about something that may not have actually come up.
Yeah, that's the big downside.
That's my feeling too, and I was going to say I'm 60-40 on it. I'm 40% for it, and I'm 60% against, but my track record with it is probably 50-50. And it could be that I could be more skillful in like inception and putting ideas into people's heads, but about 50% of the time I feel like in order to avoid a problem that was never there, I created that problem for myself. Right? Like literally, if I walk through my door and my 11-year-old son says, hey dad, nothing got broken in the garage, right? Like, he could be genuinely honest, but I in my head am like, why the hell is he bringing this up? Is there a scratch on one of my cars, right? And I'm gonna go out there and like look at everything, right? And so, and maybe I'm just a pessimist, but when I hear somebody, I'm not skillful enough to bring that up yet without it seeming like I'm trying to hide something. And David, you're not trying to hide anything. You literally are trying to bring it up out of the goodness of your heart, but sometimes no good deed goes unpunished. And my fear with that is a cynical person could take that the wrong way. So that's why I just don't go there, but here's what I have found, okay? Going back to complaints versus objections, okay? 90% of the things that you guys are hearing and trying to overcome that you think are an objection, that you're labeling as an objection, 2-hour window, is just a complaint, right? Here's the cool thing. If I try and bring that up ahead of time and it was a complaint, right? They might have never complained about it and it might turn into an objection. If it's always going to be an objection, here's what I found. It will come up, right? And I would rather address it when it comes up. And when it comes up, I'm just going to treat it as a complaint, right? I'm going to agree. I'm going to move forward, right? I'm going to ask them for their suggestions, right? Which Can was doing a lot of that, right? She got like through a bunch of steps there, right? She could have added step 6. Hey, just out of curiosity, is the fact that we don't have a 2-hour window, is that stopping you from moving forward with us? And look at my face on that. Listen to my tonality. Just out of curiosity, Can, is the fact that we don't have a 2-hour window, is that stopping you from doing business with us? Is that stopping you from rolling this out? Well, no, I just, we really wanted a 2-hour window. Totally get it, right? And by the way, congratulations. It's going to be a great partnership, right? You are going to love this. We won't let you down. Because they basically just said they're going to do it. Is the fact that we don't have a 2-hour window, is that stopping you from rolling out this partnership? Well, yeah. Cool. Is that the only thing that's stopping you from rolling out this partnership? Yeah, that's it. Got to have the 2-hour window, right? Cool. Hey, just out of curiosity, let's say I could give you the 2-hour window, which I can't. I just want to make sure that I'm clear. If I could give you a 2-hour window, which I cannot do, if things change in the road, I will let you know. If we're able to do that level of service down the road, I will let you know. But I want to make sure that I'm clear. If we could do that, would it make sense for you to move forward with the partnership? Yes, it would. Why? Because you have the 2-hour window. Why else? I really like your software. Why else? Right? And you're not going to run into this, but some of you may be thinking this quietly in the background. Well, you're going to say why, and they're going to go 2-hour window, and I'm going to go why else, and they're going to go nothing else. Right? You can't be afraid to do this stuff because of one smartass that's going to go, well, that's it. Because if that's it, then you need to spin the tables back on them. right? And then you need to label that and say, sounds like we're not a fit, right? You have to have the courage to label that. Eric, based on what you're telling me, that the chief reason, the big of the big reason, the only reason you want to do this is a 2-hour window of support.
That's right, Matt.
Yeah, it sounds like we're not going to be a fit.
Whoa.
Right? And even if he shut me down all the way on that, be like, oh, okay, I wish you could have it.
Yeah, that's a shame, Matt. I wish you could make this work.
It makes perfect sense, Eric. Hey, we will be here when you need the service that we offer. We'll be here when you're in a position to be more flexible with the service windows. You know, I wish we could make it happen right now. We just simply can't. But we'll be here when you need to increase top line revenue and reduce expenses. Fair enough?
Yeah, that seems fair.
Hey, Eric, could you do me one favor?
You bet.
You know, when you're, and I'm not sure, but there may be another company. It sounds like you have another company on deck that's able to make good on that 2-hour window. When you're talking to them, when you reach back out to them, do me this favor, Eric. If anything feels out of sorts at all, you feel like, okay, they're able to give me the window, but if everything's broken all the time and I'm having to call them on that window, that's not good. Or you reach out to them right now and they don't call you back. Or you start to look and you notice there's like no reviews of what they offer. Or you call them back, you get back into it, and now they turn it around and say, oh, well, wait, there's an asterisk. Because I've seen that happen before. There's an asterisk on the 2-hour window, right? It's a good faith 2-hour window or whatever it is. Eric, if anything feels out of sorts, or when you revisit that 2-hour window, now all of a sudden their stories change. Will you do me this favor, Eric? Would you give me a call? Because I want you guys to have the right solution for you, but only you can make that decision. I think it's with us, but I cannot in good faith commit to something that may not humanly be possible. Make sense?
Makes sense. Appreciate your honesty. I wish we could work together.
Absolutely. Boom. And then I'm putting him back in my sustainable pipeline, because this is something that a lot of us have to deal with, is unscrupulous competition, right? Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll do the 2-hour window for you, knowing that you're going to sign the agreement and they're going to screw it up, right? But then they have you under contract. But you can't really say it in those words, right? Because they would be like, that's what I expect somebody who can't give me a 2-hour window to say. So it's a totally different story if I let you go, right? Put a label on it, let you go. Sounds like that's your number one reason, and that's something I simply can't commit to. Yeah, that's it. Yep. I wish we could work together. We will be here when, and you need to come up with your blank. My blank in sales training is, we will be here when you need sales and top line revenue, right? I don't say we will be here when you need sales training. Right? I don't say we'll be here when you need a CRM or a website or whatever it is that you guys sell. You got to come up, what is the end result? The end result of working with me is sales and top line revenue. So I don't say sales training. Nobody hires me for sales training. They hire me because they want sales and top line revenue, right? No problem, Eric, we'll be here when you need sales and top line revenue. Cool, I appreciate it. And then check that out. Just a little slide. Yeah. Hey, Eric, could you do me a favor? And Eric, do me this favor, as you're calling other training companies, as you reach back out to them, bump, and then go into that story, right? And then here's what you do. You don't talk smack about the competition. You just chink, 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 start setting the bar really high. Maybe they don't respond to your email. Maybe they don't call you back. Maybe you look at their portal a second time and it's not how you remember it. Maybe you dig into that 2-hour guarantee with them and their story changes, right? That is a totally different perspective than, oh yeah, a lot of people do that and their story changes, right? I would expect Eric to say that because Eric can't give me the thing I want. But if Eric lets me go and say, hey, I can't give that to you, and then says, hey, will you do me this favor if anything changes? And then these words are so powerful, right? Write this down if you guys have a sword and shield. Write this down. I want you to have the best solution for you. I think we found it here, but only you can make that decision, right? And I'm not saying, can I have permission to call you back in 6 months, right? I did a private session with a huge medical company yesterday, face to face, and they're like, well, can we have permission to call you back in 6 months? And my message to them was, never ask anybody for permission to do your job. You can call them back whenever you want. I am giving you permission to not ask for permission ever again, right? But if you leave it as, what can I do to get your business? You're shutting that door on calling them back. But if I say, Eric, hey, we'll be here when you need us. I want you to have the right decision. I think this is the right solution. I think we found it here, but only you can make that decision, right? Bump, bump, bump. Now I can call Eric back, right? Hey, Eric, I've got an idea. I want to get your opinion on. Give me a call. The world of sales has completely changed. Today's customer has access to more information. Today's customer has more choices. The business world needs you. Studies have shown that 84% of salespeople fail to achieve their goals. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of selling in a way that's meaningful to you and your customers and get you 7 times more business. I'll show you how the perfect sales process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from prospecting to closing the deal. I'm gonna show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs so you can build value in your solutions. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm gonna show you how to connect with your customer so it's easy for them to buy from you. I've taught the best companies in the world and thousands of people just like you how to hit their targets. Selling is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be number one. All of a sudden, your career, it's gonna make perfect sense, even if you've never worked in sales or the corporate world before. And for the advanced sales professionals, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Easton University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective in any industry, large or small. You are about to become a certified master sales consultant. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Easton University.